Would you speak about heart field healing transmission?
So it's kind of a little bit what we've talked about. So for me, like I noticed the heart as a young child, like I spoke about, and I started feeling the energy around that, probably the first thing. So I could feel energy start around here, around the outside of me, and all above me. First I thought it was coming out of my head, and then I would just play around with that. But then I could feel kind of how it actually went around in a circle and this way. And then when I was quiet, I could see and feel the origin of it was coming out of the heart. Then even once I saw it, was like it was almost like seeing a person all the way through. And then they get warm, or they feel good because you see them. And so something in me, I felt good because it was like it was being seen, like that. And then after that, you know, it's like I could like just my mom being across the room or something like that. I could just put my attention there and just let my heart go, like just almost aim it, you know, because I didn't know how, you know, I could feel that it would move, and so I could just aim it at her, and all of a sudden she would look over at me. And it wasn't like of the mind, but she would just look over at me and smile. Yeah, and so then obviously I thought, well, I have the keys to the castle at school now. That was my first thought, because I was in like, you know, it's like in 3rd grade or something like that. Yes, I do that on the teacher, of course, you know, so I get trouble. Here's your assignment. I said, you know, then I would just take the piece of paper, and I said, well, can I have Johnny do that and help me? And, okay, just make sure you get it done, you know. Then everybody else would, they were like, yeah. So I was just doing it, like, and then for that, like, yeah, people get drawn kind of in that.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, I can see that.
Today I would never do that, but it was like, you know, when you're 9 years old and something comes, then you learn to, there's a congruency, yeah, there that starts to happen. And appropriateness, yeah.
So do you do that, say, walking down the street to people?
Now it just happens. Like I can't contain it at all.
You can't contain it.
Yeah.
So
then it was more. It was like I could say, you know, I could actually like feel the space of it. Yeah. It was still in touching range, and now it's like that's why I'm like able to like maybe just pick. I just see something in India. And then it goes there just like that. Just because then I have it so in my mind, actually, that's a release. And then it helps with the heart, the energy in the heart too. And then just releases very specifically. I can kind of like shape it and that sort of thing. And once it makes contact, which is, you know, maybe 2 seconds on our time here, or 3 seconds, something like that. If you go to, and someone sitting on the moon, it'd take the same 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Yeah, then they make contact because it collapses the time space. You know.
Do you do this in your global meditations?
Absolutely, yeah, always.
And
so I set the intent, like connecting with the people who set the intention to like to be involved, and so the energy, their energy is actually like it's coming to a target. Yeah.
Which is you, or you?
Which is the heart energy. So I put it out. So I'm not taking on a lot of their stuff at all. So I put it, you know, at a certain time and space out and way away from me, kind of in that. And then, but I can feel when there's a smooth like merging of that. And so then I can start like just treating the field, and then start to, once I start to be with it, just move with it in all these different ways to get to know it, and then it becomes like one. And so then I'm just dealing with it. So the one has pretty much everything going on with it that everyone within the circle has. Like if it's, you know, 100 people or 100,000, it wouldn't make any difference. I don't know if there's some limit to that. There's been like 12 or 18,000 people, or the most that I've dealt with that. But it's just all energy, so I don't see. I can't see in my mind. There's no limit in my mind. That's not doable.
But it's not emanating from you. But
it's coming in.
Here.
What I know is coming here, and oftentimes to my back and to my head, and then then it's like going out here. Yeah.
I've seen you in meditation shaping it. It almost looks like your hands are moving.
Oh yeah. After a little bit, so then it's like kind of once the field settles, and and the meeting happens. And then I feel that there it is. There's a nice connection. And then I'll test it actually by pushing it. Kind of in my mind, I'll push it out to see like, are there any like kind of stragglers? You know, and then just to then to give more space, like, you know, and then find okay, here's the limit right here. And so then to start playing with a field, almost like one being. In that way, I could say. So it's like starting from the head down, and then playing with that, working with that for a while, and then there's I'd probably do like 30 or 40 or 50 things. Yeah, just for clearing and then enhancing certain aspects that feel like there could be a real big deficit. You know, at any given time, it's different for every given experience has been different. So like the last time. This last Thursday night, so huge deficiency like in the heart, so it was like it imploded, and so then I was afterwards and it opened up really big, then on its own. So it's kind of like I support it and then watch it like move, you know. Then does it kind of so it's self-supporting then that way. That's the idea. It's like teaching the mind to help support that. Then so it gets a little that's like kind of it's like. Anything working out or something, yeah. So the body gets a feeling of that, the mind gets a feeling like where its position is involved in that. Yeah.
You said deficiency of what?
In that case, the heart.
The
It's
heart.
like the heart was it was in the field of that energy. The heart was very imploded. Yeah, like me, it's going, and so the mind is really like a big. It's like a big bubble head. Yeah.
What accounts for that deficiency of heart?
Panic. Yeah.
Panic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say panic, fear, whatever you want to call that.
From the people who had...
They happen to be in that, the majority, so it's really kind of, it always will catch the majority. Yeah, and it does have its own nature. I'm not, you know, as some, you know, like physics I could kind of do, I could write kind of out the physics of how that works, but it is just basically it's the majority. If that's happening, then, so that's the thing, that's one of the things that needs to help, that needs help to be rebalanced and to be nurtured and nourished in that way. But also like I'm communicating that with the mind all the time too. Mm-hmm. So the mind can start to correct its own intelligence, so it's not a threat. Mm-hmm. I'm always speaking with the mind too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is informed by the heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm saying, you know,
always
the boss is here, and then your job is here.
Okay.
So I'm sorry to break the bad news to you. but the interesting thing is, oftentimes, even as I was raising my kids, so I talk to them a lot about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
About what?
Yeah, who the boss is.
Oh, who the boss is.
Yeah, and I had last night I had a conversation with my son. So it was interesting how it got in there, and then he was describing me how he was talking to the people that all work for him, and they were meeting, and so he was talking about people are complaining how sunny it is and how hot, and we can't work. It's in Chicago, and he goes on, and I said, well, what did you say? He said, it is just what it is. Yeah, we go out and we're going to get hot and we work.
Right.
So what else? Is there any other questions? And then he said, it's in your mind. You know, how do you approach that? Then some people just left out. Start working the hell out, had a really good day, and then came back. And he goes, were you involved in that some way? I said, yeah, probably about 20 years ago. I said, but you took it. I mean, and you know, I've noticed it, but you just have, I don't comment on it, you know, so, just so you don't. So otherwise they would interrupt I said, you're already on track, you're already doing it, so why, you know, I don't want to.
Rescue him.
No, rescue him, or, you know, that interference would, like, there's some wisdom in me that sees, like, you know, anything like that, it's like, it's not needed. Yeah. Right. So it's like, it's almost like he's flying an airplane, it's going just really smooth, and if I jumped on the wing, then all of a sudden, like, you might.
That's right, I see that.
Those kind of, you know, we all face that as we actually evolve too. Then our friends and things start. How do we kind of, you know, the communication becomes different too, so we can really kind of protect our own growth. How does the communication become different? Well, because you become more truthful. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, I see. So then, and so again, there's wisdom in that, because then you can tell kind of a false. That's another area where you can tell kind of a false sense of like you know, someone saying, "Oh, I'm having this experience of awakening," then usually they've just read 3 books in a row that whatever. And so then it becomes it becomes kind of it's kind of dangerous in a certain way. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And they'll be attracted to you. Yeah. Does that make sense? And so that's part of the learning curve. You'll start to open, and then and you might be around people that are very supportive of that. So you're going to get everything possible to make you small again.
Ah, yes.
So it's important to be mindful. Is this supportive of me, or is it someone's trying to they're channeling something different than you are at that point.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's all for your highest good, really.
Right.
Yeah, whatever comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Everything is for our highest
Yeah,
good.
it really is, and so we can see it's that. Then we can kind of engage it in such a way, and then again, for me, it was I could see things just like little kids. No matter who it was, an adult, my parents, or someone that was much older, or my peers, or whatever. So then I could see when they're trying to antagonize or do something like that. I could see they're just little children trying to
Right.
they were afraid. Yeah, that was very, I felt very powerful, and and I didn't show it an outward way. It was just there was some knowing inside of me, and so at first it threatened, and then it became super good, friends with everyone. Yeah, so it was just that short transition, and that happens. I see that happen too when people went through that, when they're going through transitions like that, opening and kind of more. Yeah, there's a little bit of sometimes distance,
Right.
like what happened to you,
Yeah.
then it gets much closer to yeah.
A minute ago, you talked about the group meditation, and as if that field were like being of itself. So, I mean, a collection of beings. It becomes a being. And does that have a force in the world?
Absolutely, yeah.
And
Yeah. It's very dynamic, I would say. Yeah.
How does that work?
So if you use something to measure, I guess, if it was at such a level, and then the collective, when it starts moving together, say we're meditating together, so it's very there's this synergy to it, this extraordinarily potent. So it's you have 2 people coming together and meditating, and with the same, for the growth of themselves becomes this big, and then all of a sudden 3, it just exponentially grows out. So you get say there's 15 people, kind of with the same thing in mind. The power of that meditation together is very immense. I mean, it's say 15 people in the range of where the people are at in this particular group for an hour. I mean, it's affecting probably over 250,000 people just in this sphere around that meditation. Yeah, and just in a positive way. It's just positive energies being connected with them. Yeah.